Let's talk to Komani chairperson Mfundo Tsheketshe, who joins me live now. The organization has been very vocal about this particular story since it broke in 2021. A very good afternoon to you, Mfundo. Thanks very much for your time. No surprises, really, here. I mean, what you knew and had been talking about, a lot of what the Public Protector has actually found to be true. Mfundo, I hope you can hear me this time.
Thank you, Vuyo, and thank you for having us on the platform.
I'm saying you're not surprised at all.
Yes, I actually can.
Vuyo, for quite a while.
The break.
Mfundo, I hope you can hear me this time. I'm saying you are not...
Yes, Vuyo, there's just a delay, but I can hear you very well. I can hear you very well on my side.
Okay, your reaction to the Public Protector?
There is absolutely no surprise where we are, but I think I must just first... Vuyo, I can hear you, but I think there's just a bit of a delay. Yeah, there's no surprises on our side in terms of what has happened, but I must first state really our disappointment and dismay on behalf of the people of Enoch Mgijima in that we were expecting this report to be delivered in Komani, where the incident has happened, but only yesterday did we receive news that it will no longer be in Komani and will actually be 2 hours away in Bisho. So that's a bit of a snag. But I think in light of what I've just read and what I've just heard being said from your opening remarks, we are really not surprised at what has happened. And it's not the first of the issues that plague this municipality. It's really sad to imagine that only this weekend that we came from, Youth Day, as it were, the children, young people of Enoch Mgijima were playing in the same dusty patch that I remember having stayed in Lesseyton many years ago, as it was, even after 23 million rands were spent. Absolutely heartbreaking situation. But I think for us, the next important question now is the so what question. Now what? Now that this that we all knew has been communicated, as it were, by the Public Protector, then what?
Well, the Public Protector has given the Premier, Oscar Mabuyane, 60 days to report back on redress.
You know, for me, Vuyo, and I think certainly for the people of Enoch Mgijima, the issue of the Lesseyton Stadium shows just one of a litany of issues that continuously plague a municipality that is desperate for ethical leadership. The Public Protector may as well set up office in Komani because it looks like we're going to keep them quite busy. I myself, as chairman of Let's Talk Komani, have written to her and received a response regarding a water issue that is a problem in Komani. I do know as well that the Daily Dispatch released a story about 7 days ago where the economic freedom fighters have written to the Public Protector about the mayor having acquired a 1.2 million rand vehicle when the mayoral handbook says it must be 750,000. All of this in an ailing municipality. So this is a laundry list of issues that keep coming up, which at the center of all of this really is a municipality that is in dysfunction, a municipality that has a dearth of leadership. We need change in this municipality.
When you say there's a problem of ethical leadership, on whose part specifically? Are you talking about the council or just councillors, or are you talking about the region or the province? And I'm asking this because I asked you about the fact that the Public Protector has given the Premier of the province 60 days within which to report on redress, and you immediately said there's a problem of ethical leadership. On whose part?
Vuyo, as Let's Talk Komani, we've been litigating and being on the call for the dissolution of this municipality for quite a while now. The issue, on a different matter, by the way, an issue of electricity. We have a soaring ESCOM bill now sitting at 1.6 billion at Enoch Mgijima. And we have a litany of issues besides the one that we're talking about here today. And for the longest time, we have gone to court, we have had the intervention of province, we have had the national cabinet representative present in the municipality, and up till now, there has been no change. The people of Komani still continue to suffer with poor infrastructure, with lack of electricity, water, and all other basic service delivery issues. So this one is just but one of many. And so if you've had a municipality that has had National Treasury intervene, and you have the National Treasury release a media statement about the issues and the resistance that they too face, I don't see what the Premier is going to do about this, because the issues have escalated from his office to national. This is now more serious issues of electricity. So I'm not holding my breath, to be brutally honest, on what the Premier is going to do about this particular report.
But your reading, though, of the situation, where exactly lies the problem? Because, as you correctly point out, this problem has been escalated. And these problems, I should be saying, because it's not just about the stadium, as you were saying, it's about electricity. We know the water crisis that brought the town to a standstill. We know about the behavior of the mayor and many, if not most, of the councillors. These problems have been piling up, and yet they seem far from actually being resolved. Where for you, in your own analysis, reading of the situation and knowing what's happening on the ground, lies the problem?
For everything they tell us rises and falls with leadership. All of this is a sign that we are poorly led in the Enoch Mgijima Municipality. That, for me, is the long and short of it. But that is still also up to the people of Enoch Mgijima to rectify. As the Let's Talk Komani, we have been very vocal, and we have argued extensively in court to say this mayoral council has been derelict in its duty. We have shown cause that they have not done the most basic of things that we expect of them. In fact, if this was any corporate board, they would have been fired a long time. But I mean, being where we are, people of Enoch Mgijima, as you would see them, they are what another community leader described as punch drunk. When you're a boxer in a ring and you've been fighting, but you still have to continue pushing, when you do not have an ounce of energy left. That is what I can say to describe the people of Enoch Mgijima. If it's not water, it's electricity. If it's not electricity, it is this or that. And there is absolutely no regard for the people. There is no accountability, zero. So, I mean, after all of this money has been spent, I don't believe that these people that are in charge right this minute have got it in them to change the situation around. In fact, this is why I keep emphasizing that National Treasury, no less, has also almost given up on them. We're not even having the National Cabinet representative now in the town. The municipality is just going by as it can. It is a sad state of affairs. And I don't believe that, any sort of intervention now can happen that can change the situation. other than the dissolution of this council. We need to start again, because these guys are not going to get us out of the rut that we're in.
Mfundo Tsheketshe, let me thank you very much for your time this afternoon, chairperson of Let's Talk Komani, on the back, of course, of that report, scathing report by the public protector on what happened at that stadium that was built at a huge cost, with processes having been flouted and with excuses that have been given by the municipality, which the public protector simply doesn't accept.